Daddy Clemaniacs? If so, then let's give it up for Clem in the PM!
Some lace and paper flowers, back to the gypsy that I was, to the gypsy that I And it all comes down to you. Well, you know that it does with lightning strike. Maybe once, maybe twice. Oh, and it lights up the night. And you see your gypsy. You see your gypsy. To the gypsy that remains, faces freedom with a little fear. I have no fear, have only love. And if I was a child, and the child was enough for me to love.
Yes. I love that tune. I love Fleetwood Mac. Yes. What a beautiful song getting us started here on this Tuesday edition of the Clem in the PM. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to Clemville. Get in line for your radiotherapy. We will make sure everybody gets plenty of that radiotherapy here today on this, like I said, beautiful, little cooler, but nonetheless beautiful Tuesday. I consider anything without snow a beautiful day. One day closer to spring. I cannot wait to open the pool. A lot of pool time this year. Yes, Kathy checking in. Oh, hail. Quick check-in from the Queen, acknowledging the greatness of Fleetwood Mac. Yes, I love their tunes. I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan. So it is Tuesday. We're moving on. Tomorrow, hump day. Get us one day closer to that weekend that we all treasure. Tomorrow, a big day. The kids, it's the end of the masks. All hail the end of the mask. That's why I'm wearing a mask today on my forehead. I don't know. I might just keep it on my forehead to protect from the sun. All right? Like people are stocked with masks. I think I could all of a sudden turn this into like a bald guy beach type of thing. You see? I am now crownless on YouTube. I wear the mask to protect from the sun. All right? I'm not going to let the 4,000 boxes of masks that we bought along with 52,000 bottles of sanitizer during the last 2 years go to waste. All right? Good thing tomorrow the masks will be gone. All hail that. All hail. Yes. Kids will be free. My youngest daughter's going to wear this. She said, Daddy, would you mind if I still wear the mask? I don't care. Whatever you want to do. You want to wear the mask? You don't want to wear the mask? I'm not sure. It don't matter. All right? Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. So we are back on WRCR AM 1700, WRCR.com, and, of course, smart speakers everywhere. Make sure you tell your friends, family, co-workers. Share the word of the Clem. Today, a great show. Pastor Rich, Faith Unscripted, going real, hardcore political today. Pastor Rich, don't hold back. He's got his feelings, and he lets them be known. Yes, Burn checking in. All hail, Burn. Yes. Hey, what are those called? Memes? No, those aren't memes. Okay, what are those things you're posting, Kathy? That's a good one with the mask all over the face. Kind of looks like me, as a matter of fact. Don't forget to like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Kevin, how are you feeling on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon?
I'm feeling good. It's a good day. Woke up this morning and just felt driven and ready to go, and glad to be here for sure.
That's a good thing. Your tribute to Roger Daltrey. I guess his birthday's today. We'll find out later for certain. But his birthday today, big tribute to The Who.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of great tunes in their catalog, and happy to play it.
Right. My Aunt Lucy, her second husband, current husband, is Joe Entwistle, the brother of John Entwistle.
Wow.
Yeah. Hadn't talked to him in about 20 or 30 years. Since The Who became, famous, really never talked to him.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. You didn't know that. See,
Small world.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I thought I'd be going to, free Who concerts, hanging with Roger Daltrey, writing songs with Pete Townsend, but my aunt says no. Joe hasn't seen his brother or talked to him in a good 20, 30 years, and that was probably 8, 10 years ago when she told me that.
Yeah.
Mm. Now, you think if you were a famous rocker, would you forget your family? You're traveling The Who. Who's one of the biggest bands ever. You think, you'd forget your brother?
There's definitely got to be a lot to the story right there.
Stuff we don't know. That's always stuff behind the scenes we don't know. But nonetheless, happy birthday, Roger Daltrey. So you're feeling good. Tomorrow morning, Wednesday, you'll be back with your therapist?
Yep, and looking forward to it. Good to put things in perspective and just keep the tradition going. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Keep moving that ball forward. I'll see my guy after a week off last week. I shall see my guy tomorrow, and I most certainly look forward to that. All right, Clemaniacs, we are on our way here on this Taco Tuesday. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Woo!
With local news, local traffic, and local weather, if you like local, you'll love AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Hi, Lou Young here with a new type of radio reality for the new year. Every week we'll spend 2 hours together learning to recognize the profound and permanent changes taking place all around us. Listen, it's a wake-up call to action. The signs are everywhere. The solutions are between your ears and in your heart. Tough Times with Lou Young, Saturdays, WRCR, 1 to 3 p.m. Join us. I dare you.
You remember the days when you could turn on your radio and hear songs like this? Well, they're back. Hi, everybody. This is Bryant Avenue Bob Trevero, and I'll be hosting the Do-Up Dream Machine Show this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 AM and streaming live on WRCR.com. I'll play songs like this that you know and love and introduce you to songs you've never heard, but once you do, you'll get to know and love them as well. I'll take your telephone calls, dedications, and song requests. You say it, and I'll play it. I'll be brought to you by Rick's Club American in Congers, New York. So join me this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. for the Do-Up Dream Machine Show right here on WRCR.
Hi, I'm Roxanne Watson, inviting you to join us every Wednesday morning at 9:15 a.m. for Michael's Gifts, a weekly program that focuses on organ donation and patient advocacy. I will be taking your calls and share real-life stories. This show is dedicated in honor of my donor, Michael Boville, United States Coast Guard, and his amazing family. That's Michael's Gifts, every Wednesday at 9:15 a.m. Michael's Gifts is sponsored by Live On New York.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors.
Are you an organ donor?
What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States.
Now she's a powerful force for good.
That's my goal.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Howdy folks, this is Redneck, host of the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show, inviting you to join me every Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. and worldwide online at WRCR.com. We'll be chatting with some of the finest independent artists right here in the Hudson Valley and from around the world. Don't forget folks, hug your friends, kiss your family, thank the Lord, and y'all keep listening to the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. Radio Unscripted.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Some troubles in Croton-on-Hudson this afternoon. A crash on Route 9 southbound near Senisquah Road. That's Route 9 southbound Croton-on-Hudson. Accident with injuries involved. Other than that, traffic just a little bit heavy northbound Hutchin to the Cross County. Not even quite as bad as usual. I don't see any delays on 287, moving at the speed limit in both directions through White Plains. And nothing doing in Rockland County except for some road work on 59 westbound between Cemetery Lane. This is in West Nyack, by the way. 59 westbound between Cemetery Lane and West Nyack Road. Traffic sponsored by Taco Bell. When you need a taco, you need a taco. Try the new Cantina Crispy Chicken Taco from Taco Bell with your choice of creamy chipotle or avocado ranch. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time, contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Chris Majette.
Weather for tonight. A 30% chance of showers before 11 p.m. Otherwise mostly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. For Wednesday night, a 20% chance of showers, otherwise mostly cloudy, with a low around 34. For Thursday, mostly sunny with the temperature falling to around 33 by 5 p.m. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. For Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 42. And for Sunday, rain and snow showers likely, otherwise cloudy with a high near 52. The chance of precipitation 60%. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 43.
Alrighty, we are back here in Clemville. WRCR AM 1700. Again, tomorrow, big day for the masks as I wear my mask on my forehead to protect from sunburns. I'm going to have the mask on for the spring and summer. Utilize all the masks that I've overloaded on. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure something out here. Trying to get Facebook back on. They kick you off because you play music. It's like I'm doing these musicians a favor, playing their songs on the radio so people could hear it. Oh, whoop-de-deal, so I'm playing it on Facebook too, so more people could hear their songs. What's the big deal? It's not like I'm out on the corner, selling their music. Here, I'm bootlegging Who CDs. No, ridiculous. Anyway, I have no clue what I'm doing. Absolutely no clue what I'm doing. I'm sure we're on YouTube. I don't know about Facebook. All hail Mark Zuckerberg, the true Nazi out there, okay? So, tomorrow, the kids, they don't have to wear their masks now. I follow Facebook. I get a bag of popcorn, actually Rockland's kettle corn, the true snack. Popcorn's good, but kettle corn is always better. And I sit back and I go to a Facebook post and I just read all the comments. And the ones about the mask, I mean, it's like, I would say split 50-50, maybe 55, 45, 55% parents, 60% maybe of the parents feeling that the masks are ridiculous. The other 35, 40% talking about science, the effectiveness of the masks. So the last few days, obviously, since Governor Hochul announced that students and staff in schools, the mask mandate is going to expire Wednesday, which makes no sense whatsoever. Why Wednesday and not Monday? Like the weekend's over. Let's start Monday without the mask. No, COVID hasn't packed up yet and left the schools. It's officially going to leave on Wednesday. What's the ridiculousness behind that decision? Like, what do you mean expire? You're the governor. It expires today. Done. The mask no more. Oh, hell no mask. That's what you say. I'm Governor Hochul. I'm here to make an announcement. The kids no longer will have to wear masks starting right now. Oh, hell. That's all you got to do. But no. Wednesday. That's as ridiculous as when Governor Cuomo, her predecessor, was up here like, you got to tune out at 10 o'clock. You can't go to a restaurant after 10 o'clock. Bars have to close at 10 because COVID, it's like triple the effectiveness after 10 o'clock. You can get COVID-itis. You reduce the chance of getting COVID-itis before 10. And even more ridiculous, I mean, this whole thing is ridiculous. Even more ridiculous than ending the mandate tomorrow. Not, it's like tomorrow when? At 1 p.m. You got to wear your mask to class, boys and girls. We're going to ring the bell, and then you can take your mask off at 11:59. Even more ridiculous than stopping the mask mandate tomorrow and not today or yesterday. Or at 10 o'clock BS. Yeah, we can go to restaurants, but at 10 o'clock, sir, we're sorry. You got your soup and your salad and your appetizer, but you have to take your entree to go. All right? It's 10 o'clock. You didn't eat your entree. You got to pack it up and get out of here because COVID has arrived. That ridiculousness, why am I all hailing? I don't even know why I'm hailing. That's ridiculous, too. But what's even more ridiculous was when I'm at a bar, yeah, hi, I'd like some chips with you got some chips? Can I get some peanuts with my beer? Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's right. Can I get 2 beers and a filet mignon? Yeah, I'd like a martini and some eggplant rollantini. They made you order dinner at the bar because why? Because COVID doesn't affect people who are busy stuffing food in their mouth. Yeah, I'd like a pretzel and a beer. Ah! I got COVID now. Ah! Oh no, I didn't order a $45 meal. Ah! COVID's gonna get me. Ah! This has been the biggest goof. I'm not saying COVID doesn't exist. Don't get me wrong. I almost died. I was singing Kashmir, Led Zeppelin. I thought I was playing with Led Zeppelin in the Sahara Desert, hallucinating. I still have these weird back problems that come. I think it's COVID bug stuck in my spine. But it's ridiculous, this stuff. That was so. How stupid was that? You go to a bar and you can't order. You can't sit at a bar. You got to order I'd like a chicken teriyaki, a side of mashed potatoes, and a beer. Like, what happened to just going out for that end of the day drink to relax and unwind? No, COVID's gonna get you. So tomorrow the masks come off, and again, I leave it up to my kids. I don't care. Like, they're vaccinated. It's bad enough we injected them with the cooties. I injected myself. It was like cruise or no cruise. Cruise, no cruise. Cruise, no cruise. Anything else I didn't care about. But I'm like, you know what? I need to get away on a cruise, so I gotta get it. I gotta inject myself with this vaccine, and my kids did too. But tomorrow they remove the mask. Big day here in Kidville. They're just going to be much more free and able to talk and communicate and listen and speak. So a big day. Pastor Rich, I mean, I don't have as harsh feelings as saying the mask is useless. Personally, I believe the mask is not useless. I think this. Like, this is what I always go by. Let's say I sneezed. You know, sometimes this happened to me once. I sneezed once and like boogers came flying out of my nose. I don't know. Like, it's like these rubber boogers just flew out of my nose. If I sneezed and boogers and I had my mask on, I would contain that. You know what I'm saying? You might get a minimum of the spray, but you're not going to get like the full dosage of it. Without the mask, I believe you would get like just plastered with those, you know, all that mucus coming out of my nose and mouth. That happened, it was like 15 years ago. I sneezed and like all of a sudden it just flew out. And I'll always remember that day because it was quite the shock. Like, you normally sneeze and stuff comes out of your mouth. This stuff came flying out of my nose. Never before and never since. But I'm just thinking of that time with my mask. Even if I just sneeze and I got my mask on, I think and you got a mask on, I think you're a little safer. How much? I don't know. But it was worth wearing the mask for the last 27 months. Now we'll be free. I salute. I'm going to wear. I'm starting up a line. I'm marketing it to bald men that go to the beach. Protect your head. I'm going to rename it. And it's not a mask. It's called like the scalp savior. All right. This is called the scalp savior. If anybody has boxes of these masks, you know, the blue ones in particular. I don't want the big the big M19 ones. It looks like you're the guy on Star Trek. What's that? Not the Captain Kirk or Spock or Jimmy or Johnny, whatever the other guy's name is. The guy with the big lump on his forehead. What are they? A Klingon? What is that thing called? He looks like he got a shell on his head. I don't want that type of mask. I want just a flat one. It's going to be the scalp saver. I'm going to remarket all these COVID masks. That COVID's gone. The war has started. COVID has checked out the back door. It has let itself out the back door. Soon, you're not even going to remember the word COVID. That's how quick it's going to be gone. No one's going to be talking about it. It's just going to be the new word of the week is going to be Putin, madman, insanity. Hopefully not nuclear. Imagine that. I was thinking about that today. I was waiting for a realtor to show up. She said, I'll meet you at 10. I said, all right, I'll meet you at 10. So I pull up a little early. She texts me at like 9:50. My GPS says 10 after 10 arrival. I'm like, all right, no worries. I'll just sit here and doze off. And then I started thinking, what happened if they really set off a nuclear bomb? Russia, Belarus, whoever. Like, I mean, that would be insane. Like, what would really happen? I mean, would it be like all of a sudden we're back to like the caveman era, where everybody's like infected? Like, what would really? Not that I want to find out. I really don't want to know. But I was as I sat there for 20 minutes, I was like saying to myself, like, okay, in the Clem pound, for whatever reason, like the guy that built this house was from Germany, so maybe he grew up in World War II, and you know, for whatever reason, he built like this concrete bunker. There's like an area underground my house. It's just like a concrete bunker. It's insane. So I'm saying to myself today, I'm like, all right, imagine if like Putin absolutely snaps. Like he just loses his mind. He's been in 2 years of COVID. He's gone crazy like everybody else, but he's next level crazy. Dictator, lost his mind. He decides that, you know what, Ukraine has embarrassed him. The Russian army is a joke. They can't even, not that I'm downsizing Ukraine or whatnot, but Russia, a superpower, should have been able to steamroll him. They have not. He's a laughing stock. There's memes all over. Social media is beating him up. I mean, this day and age, it's not just a war on the battlefield. The social media aspect of it has helped a lot in many ways. So he goes crazy and he starts nuking everybody. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen, right? Obviously, we don't want that to happen. But what would it be like? I mean, how far does this stuff spread? I mean, New York City, obviously, I think would be a main target. Are we in the vicinity of like the dust affecting us? I mean, I was just curious. So I was sitting there daydreaming about this stuff, saying like, wow, this is where we could be headed. You don't know. The uncertainty is really in question because he's a madman. Out of nowhere, he just decides we're going to take. I mean, for years, he's realized that Ukraine was part of Russia, and all of a sudden he decided. Like one day he decided, you know what? I've been in power for so long. Now I decide that I'm going to make Russia the way it used to be. I don't know. Guys absolutely lost it. Talk about losing it. Tomorrow I'll see my therapist. I treasure the 45 minutes that we spend together. He's unbiased in his opinion and his feedback. He's obviously neutral. He doesn't have any, like I said, any biases. And I enjoy the ability to converse with him and just open up. And I guess, his expertise being psychology, helps in that he's able to tap into certain things. And, we can kind of go deeper into that. And it always makes me feel good at the end. Through the process, though, sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's painful, it's this, it's that, but always worth the price of admission. So I know my guy, he's got very little time on his hand. He's only doing it, limited now. He's looking forward to retirement and, down the road. So he sadly is not taking on any new clients, customers, crazy people like you and I, but there is somebody out there for you. All right, if you're looking for someone to talk to, you can always reach out to me. I can get you recommendations. Dr. Fitzgerald has other professionals that he works with that he could also recommend. But I just, like Kevin before said, I just, it's just a really good feeling. I enjoy the kicking back on the couch and looking at the fire. The fire's a great, I tell you, that really is tranquil and therapeutic in itself. Just kind of opens you up, and just a good feeling. So I look forward to that. All right, it's time to pay the bills. We'll take a quick break, and we shall be back. Clem in the PM. Woo!
If it concerns the Hudson Valley, it concerns us. AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
How about some talk radio that isn't toxic?
Yeah.
This is Lou Young with Kevin Thomas, and we'll be launching a new show called Tough Times, where our comfortable tribal labels will not be allowed.
That's right.
Yeah, we're focusing on the permanent and profound changes taking place around us in our society and our environment. We'll talk, but you won't be allowed to say certain words like Democrat.
Can't say it.
Republican.
Nope.
Conservative.
Forget about it.
Liberal.
Can't happen.
Call in. See if you can express yourself without using the labels that have come to divide us. Tough Times with Lou Young, Saturdays 1 to 3 p.m. on WRCR 1700. Join us. I dare you.
I'll be there.
Marcello's Ristorante in Suffern offers unparalleled Italian cuisine in both small and large plates, as well as an extensive wine and cocktail menu. Visit marcellosgroup.com for reservations, find out about their cooking classes, chef's table, and elegant events catering. Bring home Marcello's hand-picked products, extra virgin olive oils, artisanal pasta, and more. Marcello Russo DeVito is live on the morning show every Friday at 8:45 a.m. Call in with your cooking questions and find out about the latest specials. Visit marcellosgroup.com.
Are you an adoptive parent, foster parent, raising a relative's child? Are you struggling with your child? Are you feeling alone or isolated because your family, friends, and neighbors don't understand what you're going through? Raising children with loss and early childhood trauma can be difficult because these children require different parenting approaches than children who haven't experienced these struggles. You can find help at our Post-Adoption and Guardianship Assistance Program for everyone, AGAPE. Contact us at the Adoptive and Foster Family Coalition of New York's free 24/7 helpline at 888-354-1342. That's 888-354-1342. We offer free parent trainings, support groups, educational outreach, advocacy, and more. Find us online at affcny.org. That's affcny.org. A source of support, information, and advocacy since 1975.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Well, good afternoon. Off to a very good start. New York State Thruway is clear. Speed limit ride through Westchester, Rockland, Orange County, up in Ulster County. No problems either on 84, Putnam Dutchess in Orange County. Good ride so far on 287 as well as 684 and 95. There was a crash, Croton on Hudson on 9 southbound. That has been cleared by Sennisquaw Road. 218 is closed. Cornwall to West Point. Still want to use 9W as an alternate. Sponsored by Taco Bell. When you need a taco, you need a taco. Try the new Cantina Crispy Chicken Taco from Taco Bell with your choice of creamy chipotle or avocado ranch at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimmeyer.
Weather for tonight, a 30% chance of showers before 11 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the low around 32 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. For Wednesday night, a 20% chance of showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low around 34. For Thursday, mostly sunny with the temperature falling to around 33 by 5 p.m. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. For Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 42. And for Sunday, rain and snow showers likely, otherwise cloudy with a high near 52. The chance of precipitation, 60%. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 43.
Great song right there by Twisted Sister. I love that tune. Twisted Sister. Wow. Dee Schneider, Take Me Back. Take me way back. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. Lord help me. Lordy, Lordy, help me here. All right. Anyway, Dee Schneider, Twisted Sister, We're Not Gonna Take It. That has become the battle cry for the Ukrainians. That is correct. They are out there fighting the Russians. And they are blasting. We're not going to take it in unity. And Dee Schneider says, quote, I absolutely approve of Ukrainians using we're not going to take it as their battle cry. My grandfather was Ukrainian before it was swallowed up by the USSR after World War II. This can't happen to these people again. Now, Dee Schneider, from Bergen County, by the way, I just want you to know, he is in our backyard, Bergen County. It is said that you can possibly catch Dee Schneider at Lotito's Deli, stopping in. I mean, that's what I've been told, only because I'm related to the owners. Okay, so, you know, he, Bergen County man, stops in periodically. I don't know what he eats, but I would be hoping to run into Dee Schneider one of those times I frequent Lotito's Deli. Never has it happened, but let's keep praying. So anyway, the 66-year-old frontman has been getting messages from Ukrainians thanking him for his support, because he's very vocal now on, obviously, on social media. Hashtag, you know, F Putin. You know, Dee Schneider's behind, you know, one of the guys behind that, spreading that. And he's totally, absolutely wishing that this would come to an end. But in the meantime, while they're fighting, he's saying it's great that this song pumps them up, motivates them, gives them reason to, you know, to keep fighting on, because they're not going to take it. So that's good stuff. Dee Schneider, Twisted Sister. Let me tell you, Dee Schneider's a bad dude. He's a bad dude. I listen to Howard Stern a lot. Howard Stern shared a story. I actually heard of stories. I had a friend who lives in the Bronx at the what's it called? The Jungle Gym. That before Dee Schneider became famous, I guess there was a few brawls, and this guy had heard of him. So Dee Schneider, I mean, big dude, obviously front man for Twisted Sister, but a guy you don't want to, mess around with, especially in a dark alley. Did you hear that Russian soldiers are being given Bitcoin to surrender? And some have. They are receiving up to 5 million rubles. And right now the ruble has lost its pants. I mean, it's embarrassing, the ruble. I mean, looking around at all other type of money and currency, it's like trying to hide its head with the groundhog. It's so embarrassed trying to get underground. The ruble. I remember when we went to St. Petersburg, greatest 4 days of my life. It was insane. The ruble. I think I even have some rubles somewhere. But they're paying Russian soldiers $45,000 U.S. currency in crypto. Now, how do you do that? It's not like, you're like, here's like a Susan B. Anthony $50 or whatever it is. Or here's like a $5,000 bill. I heard there's a $5,000 bill. Is this true? I've never seen it, but I heard there's a $5,000 bill. Anyway, that aside, you're fighting in the streets. You're about to gouge this guy's eyeballs, and you're like, yo, listen, before I kill you, you want some Bitcoin? Well, like, I've seen Dave have to do all this stuff in order to, like, buy the Bitcoin, transfer the Bitcoin, save the Bitcoin, massage it. I don't know what else. You got to, like, put it in a vault, a hidden vault that doesn't exist. So how do they do this? Like, you're out in the battlefields in the Chechen mountains, getting blown up, and all of a sudden you're offering the opposition Bitcoin. The offer comes from the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine and the global IT community. Well, I wonder if Dave's in on this. Dave, did you put any Bitcoin into this? Help them out? It's crazy, like how, again, this is technology, like war. You're bribing, I don't know if you're necessarily bribing, maybe you're convincing the opposition, the enemy per se, that, hey, don't believe your leader. Don't believe the propaganda that they're throwing out there. Take some Bitcoin, go home. In 27 years, you'll be able to retire. All right. I mean, cryptocurrencies have been donated. Over $9.5 million in crypto has been donated by Bitcoin, Ether, and USDT. That's crazy. So they're donating Bitcoin to bribe. Right now, how do you know some guy doesn't take the Bitcoin? What do I have? Oh, Dave took my wallet. I have like this little keychain. It's like my Corvette keychain. It's like my Bitcoin, my crypto wallet, and I have 27 passwords that I got to inscribe on the bottom of my foot. In order to open up this vault. Like, how do they do this? I'd be curious to know how they're pulling this off. And I mean, if it's working, I guess what a genius idea. Dave, I don't know. Something happened. Kathy was hitting. Oh, Kathy, I don't know. I hid you, Kathy, by mistake, and Dave unhid you. I thought it was a spam message. I clicked the wrong person. That's my fault. Dave, once again, to the rescue. All hail Dave out of the bullpen. Thank you. I would love if they could get to Putin's man and listen. I mean, that's why Putin's in power, because all his billionaire cronies, he's allowing them to do it. But if they're listen, we'll give you $74 billion in crypto to allow us to let mercenaries in his bedroom tonight. I tell you, that guy's crazy though, Putin. I bet you he sleeps. He's crazier than that dude from, what was that movie called? Golly, that guy who was selling all that cocaine. That he went madman. He say hello to my little friend, and he started shooting everybody. What was that guy's name? Golly. It'll come to me. But Putin reminds you of that, he's going to bed with machine guns under his bed, knifed, flamethrowers. I mean, he is the president. They just stripped him, though. He was the president of the Judo Federation. They stripped him of that, of his judo title. And he really loves judo. He wrote a book on judo. He practices judo. He's a big judo fanatic. So that had to hurt. That even the Judo Federation of Judoka stripped Judoka Putin of his title. So he's getting beat up all over, which is good. I mean, I can't wait until they pull their soldiers out, retreat, pull it back, and he's disgraced. And, so Russia's got to then deal with the consequences of what their leader did, and hopefully they overrule him. They get him out of there. That's what we're hoping for. That Russians revolt. They're like, you know what? This guy has gotten us in such trouble. The world hates us. All these sanctions are killing us. So let's overthrow Putin and the government. We'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to happen. But the crypto for the enemy is something we've never heard or seen before. That's new age tactics. And I got to tell you, I'm very impressed. Not that I'm a war strategist, but I am impressed just by the backbone of the Ukrainians. I guess when you're fighting for your freedom, as Pastor Rich was talking about this morning, the great William Wallace, when I bought my big TV, when I bought my original big TV upstairs, now we're working on the big TV downstairs. Today, I got no internet. What's going on? I was all excited to finally watch something. No internet. Duh. But anyway, the big TV upstairs years ago, the 3D TV, whatever, 80 something inch. The first movie I bought was Braveheart and Gladiator. I love them both. But Braveheart, the message of freedom, fighting for that freedom. William Wallace. And today Pastor Rich used it in his monologue, talking about I don't know, actually it was past his monologue. It was towards the end of the show, actually. Talking about the great William Wallace, and at the end of the movie when he was on death's bed and they chopped him up. His last words, freedom! I'm selling these scalp savers, by the way. 10 packs for $2. Save your scalp. Go into the sun. Obviously, can you imagine that if I wore this thing if you're not on YouTube, you don't see. I'm wearing a mask on my forehead. If I wore this, I may wear this to the beach and let the rest of my face get a sunburn, except my scalp right here, and then I'll take it off later and then go out to a restaurant with a big pattern on my head where I wear my scalp saver. Tomorrow, big day. Oh, let me get my earplug back on, my earphone back on. I just lost my earphone. Tomorrow, big day. Max coming off. Absolutely. Burn. When I said that, Lordy Lord reminded me of my grandma. Lordy Lord. To be honest, I never say that. I don't think I say Lordy Lord and let me put my crown back on. I feel like a bald guy with no clothes on in the middle of the highway. All right, that's better. I never say Lordy Lord, so I don't know why I even said it. Who says Lordy Lordy? Lordy Lordy. Lordy Lordy. Who says that? I don't know, but I know this. It's Tuesday. I think Arthur and I probably will be going out. I got to confirm that after the show. If not, I'll be bringing him some dinner. He said he's about 95% better, but he doesn't seem like, he's all there. Not all there, but I mean, like, I don't know if he's really 95% better. He said it hurts, it hurts. He likes to sit down he has a chair at his, like a reclining chair. That feels comfortable. But, to move around too much, especially with the cold weather, it starts to hurt. So I'm wondering, if he still's got those ribs that were bruised. I told you he fell down in the shower. Good thing he cracked his ribs and not his head. I mean, imagine you crack your head in the shower, you slip down, that could be it. All she wrote. So my compeer, Arthur, who we met at through the compeer program at the Mental Health Association. We usually go out for at least a dinner a week, breakfast, I'll bring him lunch or something. And tonight was going to be our night, but I spoke to him earlier today. He said, give me a call after the show. I'll let you know. Right now I'm just, and I know he loves as much as I do to go out. So if he don't want to go, I know he ain't feeling well. And he did say, like I said, he's back to 95%, but I don't sense that because I still see him a little ginger getting in and out of my car. That's why I told him, I said, did you get the x-rays done? He said, nah, my sister's a doctor. My brother-in-law's a doctor. My sister's a nurse. They told me that I probably just, hurt my ribs. This, that, whatever. So, what do I know? Anyway, I know it's almost 4 o'clock. We'll take a break. When we get back, we got some famous birthdays. We got some special birthdays, national days, another hour of radiotherapy, all here on the Clem in the M. Clem in the M. Clem in the M. What am I talking about? Clem in the PM. Be right back. Wilbur, so nice of you to join us.
AM 1700 WRCR Haverstraw.
Hi, I'm Roxanne Watson, inviting you to join us every Wednesday morning at 9:15 a.m. for Michael's Gifts, a weekly program that focuses on organ donation and patient advocacy. I will be taking your calls and share real-life stories. This show is dedicated in honor of my donor, Michael Boville, United States Coast Guard, and his amazing family. That's Michael's Gifts, every Wednesday at 9:15 a.m. Michael's Gifts is sponsored by Live On New York.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors.
Are you an organ donor?
What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States.
Now she's a powerful force for good.
That's my goal.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
Howdy folks, this is Redneck, host of the Gumbo Yaya radio show, inviting you to join me every Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. and worldwide online at WRCR.com. We'll be chatting with some of the finest independent artists right here in the Hudson Valley and from around the world. Don't forget folks, hug your friends, kiss your family, thank the Lord, and y'all keep listening to the Gumbo Yaya radio show right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. Radio Unscripted.
Hello, Hudson Valley. It's Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. I'm Jeff Lewis with your WRCR News. Several new supermarkets are slated to open soon in Rockland County. Ramapo Supervisor Michael Specht says Brooklyn-based kosher chain Aaron's is planning to open at the former ShopRite location on Route 59 in Tallman.
I spoke with the owner. He gave me a call to let me know the plans. Very nice young man. Grew up actually in Muncie and then moved into the city and started his business there. His goal is to provide top quality products and service. And he says he's been very successful and popular in the other locations and hopes to do just as well here.
Aaron's is targeting a summer 2022 opening. Now over in Pomona, Evergreen could be opening as soon as next week at the former Stop and Shop location on Route 202. Meanwhile, Europe-based supermarket Lidl is another step closer to breaking ground in Orangetown. Supervisor Teresa Kenny says the company recently got a permit to knock down the building that's currently there to make way for a new market and upgrades for the Tappan Plaza Shopping Center on Route 303.
They don't have the permit to build a new one yet, but one step at a time. So it's affordable, quality food. We need it now with everything that's going on with inflation. We need it more now than ever.
The Germany-based discount grocer is opening stores across the country with locations already open in New Jersey, out on Long Island, and Staten Island as well. The Rockland County Youth Bureau is now accepting applications for the 2022 Rockland Conservation and Service Corps. Now in its 22nd year, Rockland County Executive Ed Day says Conservation Corps members perform a variety of outdoor environmental community service projects throughout the Rockland region.
There is a paid stipend for those who do join the effort, and it's a great opportunity for students. They gain work experience, they earn a few bucks, they make a lasting contribution to the community. They learn stewardship. They learn a lot about the environment. And as they grow, when they see that, they would obviously tend to protect the environment as best they can, and knowing that we're handing it to them and they have to hand it to their children.
The Corps is open to students who are at least 18 years of age. They're required to serve 350 hours between May 23rd and mid to late August at local sites, including the Rockland County Division of Environmental Resources, the Clarkstown Planning Department, the Town of Ramapo, the Rockland County Drainage Agency, Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory, Cornell Cooperative Extension, and others. Applications are due Friday, April 8th, and then you can get an application by calling 845-364-2937 or just send an email to rcsc@co.rockland.ny.us. We have this information in this news article on our website. The New York Immigration Coalition is among the groups urging the United States to take in as many Ukrainian refugees as possible as Ukraine faces an ongoing invasion by Russia. New York has roughly 150,000 Ukrainian residents. It's the largest population in the nation. Nicole Cotto with the New York Immigration Coalition hopes to see resources directed to beefing up the refugee program.
It's an absolutely devastating week for Ukrainians both at home and abroad. And our strongest message is that the NYIC will always stand with those seeking a safe haven from violence and war. And we're urging the United States to take as many refugees in as possible.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul has said New York is prepared to coordinate with the Biden administration to accept refugees fleeing the conflict.
This is the state of New York, and we are the home to the largest Ukrainian population in America. These are our fellow brothers and sisters. We worship with them. We go to restaurants with them. We celebrate their cultural festivals. They're an important part of the fabric of New York State. So an attack on their country is truly an attack on all of us.
Kata says the U.S. does need to strengthen and rebuild its refugee program. I'm Jeff Lewis with your WRCR News. The weather's up next. The Good starts at 2, and it's Clem in the PM at 3. For more news and breaking stories, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website, WRCR.com.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Well, good afternoon. Off to a very good start. New York State Thruway is clear. Speed limit ride through Westchester, Rockland, Orange County, up in Ulster County. No problems either on 84, Putnam, Dutchess, and Orange County. Good ride so far on 287 as well as 684 and 95. There was a crash, Croton-on-Hudson on 9 southbound. That has been cleared by Sennisquaw Road. 218 is closed. Cornwall to West Point. Still want to use 9W as an alternate. Sponsored by Taco Bell. When you need a taco, you need a taco. Try the new Cantina Crispy Chicken Taco from Taco Bell with your choice of creamy chipotle or avocado ranch at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grameyer.
Weather for tonight, a 30% chance of showers before 11 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the low around 32 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. For Wednesday night, a 20% chance of showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low around 34. For Thursday, mostly sunny with the temperature falling to around 33 by 5 p.m. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. For Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 42. And for Sunday, rain and snow showers likely, otherwise cloudy with a high near 52. The chance of precipitation 60%. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 43.
The following program is furnished by its producer, host, and sponsors.
Welcome back, Clemaniacs. This is Kevin Thomas, and you are listening to the second hour of Clem in the PM. Here's your host, Pete Clemente.
To go down. Welcome back, everybody. It is officially the second hour of the Clem in the PM. Time now is 4:09, like Formula 409. Bryan Avenue Bob did the research. I have not yet written that email. I will, though. You never know. I mean, what's going to... Really, Twitter, I mean, I should post a tweet, to Formula 409 that advertise on the show if they have anything, where maybe... I'm sure instead of advertising, they'll send us like a carton of Formula 409 to give away on the radio show. I bet you that's what would happen. When I get around to it, I will write that email. You never know what could happen. But wouldn't you like to win a bottle of Formula 409? So that is the time. We are here on the second hour. You know what time it is on this first day of March 2022. We wish you a very happy birthday, if it is in fact your birthday on this first day of March, one day closer to the spring. I'm going to officially lose the mask tomorrow, Gumbo Yaya. All right. For today, I honor the rules. I'm selling, by the way, chin savers. You ever fall down and scrape your chin? Well, I have these things now. They're called chin savers. If you fall down, this chin saver will save you from scraping, or at least seriously scraping your chin. Okay? I have boxes and boxes of chin savers. So back to your birthday. I wish you health, happiness, joy, love, all that good stuff that come along with a birthday. You know, whether you are showered in gifts, that's really not important. Hopefully you're showered in love with those that love you, and with health and all good for not just today, but this next year ahead of your personal growth, wisdom, experience, all that good stuff that come along with getting 1 year wiser. And the age is just a number. It is most certainly just a number. Before we move on to what national day, I do want to give a couple of birthday shout-outs. First one will go to my man, Michael Paris. If you know Mike Paris, you know he's a great guy. I wish Mike a very happy birthday. Shirley, I know her as Shirley Znack, but she is now Shirley Zalman. I grew up in a trailer park. Kim was one of my first girlfriends, one of my first patients when I was Dr. Clem in second grade. I had the examination stick behind the treehouse. And Shirley, I mean, me and her got a good laugh. We would always laugh, you know, because she said, I hear your mom yelling, because my mom's deaf, but when she used to beat the living daylights out of me, she would yell. And Shirley said, I heard your mom yelling. And then she, you know, my mom would pull my hair. She's like, I know she was pulling your hair, blah, blah. And we'd always get good laughs. I wish Shirley a very, very happy birthday. And last but not least, one of our very own here in Clemville, Clemaniac Christine. I will say this, I've known her for quite some time. Going back to the St. Paul days, to the martial arts days, the ice cream days. And I could say that I know of some like warriors, people who fight. And I know Clemaniac Christine has had issues over the years, but she continued to fight through, you know, the pain, the agony, the misery. And whenever I spoke to her, it was always about, you know, just keeping your head up, fighting through this and that. And she's always got a good smile on her face. I don't want to reveal too much. You know, some names not to be revealed, and I don't want to reveal too much. But always a smile, always happy. She loves her husband. I don't want to reveal the name because you might be like a detective and put two and two together. So I will not say too much. But I know she loves her husband to the moon and back, and then to Saturn, and then over to Neptune and Pluto. And back again, all right? Just a great lady. We're wishing Clemaniac Christine a very happy birthday. Again, Mike Paris, happy birthday, Mike. I know Mike for quite some time. Good guy, solid guy, good father. Raising his daughter, single father, raising his daughter, doing a fantastic job. Much respect. All hail Mike Paris, much respect. Shirley, we go back to the trailer park days. I love Shirley. I mean, I had the good memories. Good memories, Shirley. Big part of the trailer park. Just really good memories. All hail Shirley's birthday. And last but not least, a big hail for Clemaniac Christine. Yes. Happy birthday, all. All right, what national day is it today? That's what I want to know. You know, sometimes I lay in bed and I say to myself, what tomorrow? What national day is it tomorrow? And I don't want to ruin the surprise. I'm just as surprised as you boys and girls. All right, so here we go. Together, we are going to find out what national days. Are you ready? Can you stand the excitement? Here we go. It's National... Wow, what is this? All right, there's some crazy stuff. Fastnacht Day? What is Fastnacht Day? All right. With deep roots in Germany, Fastnacht Day is a pre-Lenten celebration that takes place the day before Ash Wednesday. All right, that's tomorrow. Fastnacht means fast and night in German. Fastnacht. In Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, Fastnacht represents an entire season of festivities leading up to Shrove Tuesday. The traditions are rooted in the same pre-Lenten celebrations that have taken place for centuries. Those fasting for Lent used up the rich food they would be giving up for a feast. So, all right, so for those of you who celebrate Fastnacht, happy Fastnacht Day. Let's see, National Dadgum, That's Good Day. What is this? National Dadgum, That's Good Day. DADGUM. National Dadgum, That's Good Day. What is this? All right, here we go. Let me. What is this nonsense? What's going on here? I can't even navigate this now. Here we go. Let me find out what happened to National Dadgum. On March 1st, National Dadgum, That's Good Day ushers in a season of satisfying seasonings, cooking. Dadgum, that's good. Oh, dadgum. I guess they're saying like dag. I thought they would be saying like goddamn, but they're saying dadgum. That's good day. What is this nonsense? Seasonings, cooking, and overall. Forget this. Get rid of this one. This is nonsense. It's also Patchki Day. Patchki. P-A-C. What is today? Today is National Can't Pronounce Word Days. That's what it is. It's National Patchki Day. P-A-C-Z-K-I. National Patchki Day. Here, let's read about this. Oh, wow. What is that? That's a Patchki? The sweet holiday of Patchki Day takes place the day before Ash Wednesday. The Polish tradition of indulging in fried dough filled with jams, custards, or other sweet surprises dates back to the Middle Ages. I like this. A punchki or punchki. Oh, okay. So punchki or punchki. Punchki is traditionally a round Polish pastry filled with fruit and sugar and coated in sugar. Those who would be fasting during Lent needed to empty the pantry. This Polish pastry was an ideal way to use up what was in the larder. More modern versions fill the punchki with custard or cream and even cover the outside. It's like a donut. It's basically a Polish donut. A puchki. I love a puchki. National Puchki Day. All right. It's National Fruit Compote Day. Compoti? How do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce it? You say potato or potato? You say compote or compote? Each year on March 1st...
I think it's compote.
It is compote, thank you. Each year on March 1st, National Fruit Compote, I say compote, you say compote, Day represents a celebration. I'm wondering why is it not compote? Because what's that stuff the Indians used to smoke? Peyote, right? Is that right? Peyote? It's kind of spelled like compote, but you say peyote, but here you say compote. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. This is the crazy stuff with the one show we're going to dedicate to the English language and come up with the craziness that is the English language. Because believe me, it's probably easier to learn Czechoslovakian at this point.
Well, why do we park on driveways and drive on parkways?
Oh, here we go. Don't let me get Kev started. I could see him about to unwind a plethora of those.
Right.
All right. So here we go. Maybe that's you and Luke can go through that on the Saturdays from 1 to 3. Emmy Award-winning Lou Young. Tough times. Whew. It is tough times. What's Saturday's show about? What's up for this Saturday?
I don't know yet. Should find out in the next day or two.
All right, beautiful. All right, and it's also Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday. Right now I wish I was down in the Mardi Gras. Oh my God, I'd be going crazy. The last day of Carnival and the day before Ash Wednesday, Fat Tuesday, is the intertwining of a period of festivals and feasts that lead to a time of fasting and reflection. Also known as Shrove Tuesday and Mardi Gras, this enduring celebration has many traditions and deep roots around the world. I love it. You know, I don't. For Clem After Hours, we're going to divulge more into Fat Tuesday and some of the great traditions that come along with it, but that's not for the afternoon drive. All right. Also, it's National Horse Protection Day. Yes, Wilbur. Don't worry. Let's read about this, Wilbur. All right, let's see. National Horse Protection Day on March 1st highlights the plight of horses in America and beyond. The day aims to help thousands of unwanted horses in this country to forever find them homes. No, Wilbur, we can't adopt another horse. The horse holds a legendary mystique in American culture. In North America, the legendary horse is embedded in our culture and runs deep into our roots of our history. As the country grew, our indebtedness to the horse grew too. Yes, Wilbur, I know. While few people see the horse as much as more than a recreational animal today, they still serve on working ranches. Don't worry, Wilbur, I'm not going to make you do any work here. As a therapy animal. Yes, Wilbur, that's what you are. To me and many others, Wilbur, horses relieve the symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and other disorders. Long past their age as a plow horse or part of the cavalry, they continue connecting to humans. I'm scared of horses. Honestly, they got those big choppers. I always think a horse is going to bite my head off, my arm. I'm petrified of horses. They're like big mouth. They look like a four-legged alligator. Honestly, with their mouth. I'd probably rather fight an alligator than get bit by a horse. The horse mouth scares me. The big teeth, those things are huge. All right, let's take everybody's favorite break here. We'll take a quick one and we'll be right back.
Hudson Valley News, informative programs, and your favorite music. We're Radio Unscripted, AM 1700, WRCR, and WRCR.com.
How'd you sleep last night? Are you well rested, recovered, and ready for a new day? March is Breathe Better, Sleep Better month. Perfect timing for our next House Calls radio show on Thursday, March 10th at 5 p.m., when our guest will be Edgar Perez, Director of Respiratory Services at Bon Secours Charity Health System. 1/3 of American adults are not getting enough sleep. If you're one of them, tune in Thursday, March 10th at 5 p.m. for House Calls. Brought to you by Good Samaritan Hospital. Advancing care here.
Did you know that the Historical Society of Rockland County has a history show right here on WRCR? Hi, I'm Claire Sheridan from the Historical Society of Rockland County. Join me every third Monday of the month, right after the Jeff and Will Morning Show, when we'll explore and learn about the rich history of Rockland County, with different topics and guest speakers every month. That's the third Monday of every month at 9:30 a.m., sponsored by the Historical Society of Rockland County. Visit our website at rocklandhistory.org to learn more about our events, programs, and membership. That's rocklandhistory.org, or call us at 845-634-9629. That's rocklandhistory.org, or 845-634-9629.
The Army National Guard.
My name is Cheryl Hatcher. I joined the National Guard because of September 11th. I wanted to make the difference in the world, and the Guard is a huge help to the community. It's amazing, there's the support that we give to the community and that the community gives to us. I had a drill sergeant who was just my inspiration through basic training. The camaraderie that you get from being in the Guard is unbelievable. That right there is enough to get you through and to make you go day by day. And if you were someone coming to me saying, I want to join the Guard, I would absolutely say that it's really one of the best decisions. We're going to give you your education. No, there's no way of saying, I can't afford it. It's definitely an option. I'm absolutely taking what I've learned in the Guard and turning it around to be a civilian. I take such pride in putting on my uniform. I love to put it on and know that I am out there doing something for the better. Hear the story about how the Guard changed my life at 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
Sponsored by the New York National Guard, aired by the New York State Broadcasters Association and this station.
That message you just heard
That could have been yours. Take the first step now. Click on WRCR.com now to make it happen.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Well, good afternoon. Off to a very good start. New York State Thruway is clear. Speed limit ride through Westchester, Rockland, Orange County up in Ulster County. No problems either on 84, Putnam, Dutchess, and Orange County. Good ride so far on 27 as well at 684 and 95. There was a crash, Croton on Hudson on 9 southbound. That has been cleared by Sennisquot Road. 218 is closed. Cornwall to West Point. Still want to use 9W as an alternate. Sponsored by Taco Bell. When you need a taco, you need a taco. Try the new Cantina Crispy Chicken Taco from Taco Bell with your choice of creamy chipotle or avocado ranch at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grummeyer.
Weather. For tonight, a 30% chance of showers before 11 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the low around 32 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. For Wednesday night, a 20% chance of showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low around 34. For Thursday, mostly sunny with the temperature falling to around 33 by 5 p.m. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. For Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 42. And for Sunday, rain and snow showers likely, otherwise cloudy with a high near 52. The chance of precipitation 60%. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 43.
Alrighty, we are back here on the Clem and the PM. 845-429-1700 if ever you want to chime on in. Hold on for 1 second. That mute button just came in perfect. I think. I hope. I don't know. All right, so I was at my daughter's basketball game this past weekend. And I was lucky to be there because she doesn't want me around if I'm going to open my big mouth. I normally don't open my big mouth unless someone else opens their big mouth. Then I got to have a bigger mouth. So I told my daughter I'm going to be good. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to sit there, and I did. But a father on the other team, he kept calling out, oh, that was a foul, it was a push. He was yelling. He was just being a total. And the ref stopped and turned to him and said, parent, I'm giving you a warning. That's it. And then he turned to the coaches. He said, coaches, you're responsible for your parents. And I'm not saying it again. And this guy had a tough time holding his comments, but he did under his breath. He would turn, because I was right next to like 4 people away from him. He would turn to his passe and say, and my oldest daughter, my wife, my son, and my youngest daughter, we were sitting there. And my oldest daughter turns to me and says, Dad, don't say anything. Because normally it triggers me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have a big mouth. I got to have a big mouth too. So I just like, well, I'll give you an example. Like he would be like, that was a foul. And I'd be like, great call, ref, no foul. Like I would just like undermine his comment right out of the bat. He'd be like, that was a walk. Great call, ref. That was, no extra steps. Just like undermine it. But I didn't say nothing. Because I thought to myself, this guy looks like he's a madman. And I'm a madman relaxing on the sideline right now. I don't want to turn into the Hulk. I'll just keep my mouth shut, and I did. But I said to myself, this is the type of guy that'll start a fight. He'll go punch the ref in the head, fight with parents. And this is what went on in Texas. A mother, check this out, 2 girls during the game got into a little scuffle. All right? It got heated. They got into a little scuffle. They exchanged, some punches. They got put out of the game. You know, they sat on the sideline. After the game, the mother came up and hit the girl, punched the referee, started attacking other kids. Dominique Graham. Oh, my God. Our parents are like, they're embarrassed. They're so embarrassing. I put myself into that. Like, I've learned. I've learned. Funny thing is, the instance where I got thrown out of CYO, it wasn't me. It was Mark. I'm just letting you know it wasn't me. It was Mark, and I got blamed for it. And I took the punishment. I was banned until I went to the costume store and got my beard and mustache. But I was banned. But I can understand, parents. Sometimes we're just too into it. Our kids should be having fun. But some of us, and I'm not myself included, are living through our kids because we didn't do it back in the day. I'm just, like I said, I'm minding my own business. Sometimes the opposite team, someone's getting loud. I gotta represent. I gotta be the vocal point. So I stand up and I be louder. But you know what? I would never do this. You can never, as a parent, embarrass your kids fighting the referee. She went up, referee, you made some crappy calls. That girl should have been thrown out. My daughter was defending herself, and she lets loose on the ref. Sucker punched him and actually attacked several kids. What should happen to this parent? I'm just curious. Besides the fact that she shouldn't be allowed to, back in games forever. I mean, this calls for a lifetime ban. You can't see your daughter play forever. You're lifetime banned. I mean, that in itself hurts. I mean, but do you think the tar and feathers comes into play here? Does this warrant tar and feathers? I mean, personally, I would say, listen, you're banned for 30 days. No games for 30 days. After that, the next 6 games you must come with black and white striped feathers. Like you'll look like a walking duck referee. Okay, you know how referees have like the black and white striped shirts? You must come to the games in black and white striped feathers just to show everybody, look, that's the lady who fought the referee. That's the one. Because you should stand out like a fool. The referees, they get paid little money. Some of them volunteer. Coaches volunteer. I never have beef with the referee. I never have beef with the referee. I only get activated if someone else on the other team is just crossing the boundaries of sound decibel allowness. And if they do, then I got to. All right, that's all. You just trigger me. But very embarrassing situation for you parents out there. Granted, I'm not the most quiet guy on the sideline, but there are some lunatics, some real lunatics. I saw this guy. I told you the other day, he was a lunatic at the basketball game. Lunatic. This guy, another guy who comes to my mind, he lunatic, absolute lunatic. Got to calm down over there, all right? Our kids, they look at us and they're like, man, horrible. All right, this story I talked about 2 weeks ago. The cargo ship that was out at sea bringing over 4,000 new vehicles were on board the Felicity Ace, a cargo ship that was traveling the waters off the Azores. The ship went on fire, and initially we thought that it would be salvaged, but today's update at 9 a.m., the ship had sunk. Salvage crafts will remain around the area to monitor the situation. All 4,000 vehicles went down with that ship. I am going on a mission to a recovery mission to save a portion, see if I can get it drained out and possibly clean it up and fix it and leave it in Dave's driveway. My great-grandfather, he was a famous salvage wrecker in the waters. You may have heard of him, Jacques Clem. He traveled the waters, and I am going to do the same. I'm going to go out there. I'm looking for a crew. If anybody wants to go and help me recover. Can you imagine that? 4,000 expensive vehicles just down. I mean, just they said they were burned anyway, so it didn't matter. Like even with the boat, even if the boat was saved, the 4,000 vehicles were beyond repair from the fire, so it didn't matter. So I mean, they might as well bury them 14,000 leagues under the sea. But imagine you had ordered like a custom Porsche, and there was only like 400 of them made, and like 350 of them were on this boat. I guess insurance covers it, but I mean, it's got to be somewhat heartbreaking. I mean, like you got to kind of feel like you want to swim out there and at least see it, you know, see your prized possession. Jacques Cousteau, I miss that guy. I used to love, you know, it was either Jacques Cousteau or what's his, I can't even think. How come I can't think of the guy? Kev, what's that guy's name? The painter, you know the paint. Bob Ross. Bob Ross, yes, the great Bob Ross. I would go back and forth. Like it was Channel 11 or Channel 9. Like I was either Bob Ross or I was Jacques Cousteau. Like I mean, that was great. You remember the great Jacques Cousteau shows? Now I think his son is doing it, or his son and nephew. Like Marquise Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau. What a name, Jacques Cousteau. I like that. That's like a killer name. Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau. No relation to Jacques Strapp, obviously, but 4,000 vehicles, the Bentleys. I mean, your exotic cars, Lamborghinis. I didn't even know there were Lamborghinis and Ferraris on there. There were Lamborghinis and Ferraris on this ship. 4,000 of those cars down in the ocean on the bottom of the sea. Do you think like the fish are like, what the hell's going on here? Like, why are there these funky looking cars on the bottom of the ocean? You think like that's insane. There's 4,000, well, they're burnt anyway, so they're worthless, but 4,000 exotic cars sitting on the bottom of some ocean right now.
Hey, Pete?
Yeah, Kev.
I've got Redneck on the line.
Redneck, host of the Gumbo Yaya radio show. Yes, sir.
What's up, my handsome brother from another mother?
I'm doing quite well. How about yourself? You excited for Friday?
Absolutely. You know, I ain't never had a bad day. So I was listening to you. You know, you're all over the place, which is what I love about your show, because I can't focus on one thing long enough to pay attention. But so let's start with number A. Parents that act up at these events should either be A, forced into hand-to-hand combat with each other on the sideline for our viewing pleasure, or B, forced into volunteering as refs and coaches and things like that, because the people that do that, as you know, because you've done it, are either volunteers or poorly paid, and they don't deserve the grief from these yahoos.
No, I think that's a great idea. Like, let's just say you were suspended from a game. They could say this, all right, the only way you can get back is if you volunteer as an assistant coach or as a referee. I think that's a great idea. You know, like you.
Right, community hours.
Yeah, right, like community service, but actually doing that, it'll give you the perspective, the different perspective, that you'll walk out of there more humble. No doubt about it. Great idea. All hail Redneck. Not just a great DJ, but also a man of great ideas. All right, next one.
Next one. Yeah, that's it. I mean, other than that, you know, whoever ain't listening to you on Friday can tune in and listen to Gumbo Yaya radio show. We're like 11 to 2. We got artists tuning in. We'll be chatting with somebody from Nashville, somebody from Louisiana, somebody from Texas, some new artists coming out. We'll be debuting worldwide debuts of music from some of these artists from all over. We got Country Music Hall of Famers that are going to be joining us this week and, you know, in the weeks to come. So we'd love to have y'all just tune in and voice your opinion.
Fridays, 11 to 2, debuting this Friday, March 4th. Redneck, Gumbo Yaya. Will you have a co-host, or are you flying solo?
Well, you know how it is. We have an open forum, open door, open mic, you know. So people, you know, are always welcome to stop by and sit in. You know, most of our co-hosts will be artists, you know, independent artists who either come in the station or are going to call in from around the world. So We have guest DJs all the time, and we're really looking for that. We're looking for that, person out there who deserves to have their music played on the radio. That just isn't yet because of, right now everything's a big machine. You know how it works. So all these independent artists who are amazing aren't getting the opportunities, getting the exposure they need because, financially it's difficult for them to get it out there. So what we try to do is offer them a platform, a venue to share their music for the producers and record labels to hear them. So that's what we do.
Beautiful, beautiful. We look forward to the debut this Friday, 11 to 2, Redneck and the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show. Good to talk to you, brother. I'll be tuning in Friday.
All right, man. Be good.
You got it. I got a cowboy hat in here, too. On Friday, I'm wearing my cowboy hat. As a tribute to the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show, I will have the cowboy hat on. 4:40, we'll take our last break, and we're almost at the finish line. Woo! Be right back.
Pull up a chair or a cubicle and spend some time with us. We're AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
This is Lou Young with a new type of radio reality for the new year. Every week we'll spend 2 enlightening hours together learning to recognize the profound and permanent changes taking place all around us. Look, the planet is in full revolt and we need a plan. Climates change, species disappear, viruses rampage, and we're told our primary value is to consume and ignore. This is a wake-up call to action. The signs are everywhere and the solution is between our ears and in our hearts. Tough Times with Lou Young, Saturdays on WRCR, 1 to 3 p.m. Join us. I dare you.
Hi, this is Dr. Jeffrey Shannon.
And Dr. Sophia Patricus.
We invite you to join us for our show, Listen Up, Rockland, the first Monday of each month at 9:30 a.m.
If you or someone you know is always asking to repeat, has difficulty communicating in a noisy environment, or has ringing in their ears, then tune into our show.
Do you have questions, or are you curious about how to improve your hearing? We welcome any and all questions related to patient treatment process, hearing aids, and implantable hearing technology.
Do you or someone you know experience dizziness, vertigo, feeling off balance, or have a fear of falling? If so, tune in as we can educate and help treat various balance concerns.
So join us for Listen Up Rockland, the first Monday of each month at 9:30 a.m. as we navigate all topics related to audiology, hearing, and balance with various members of our team and guest speakers.
Hudson Valley Audiology, located at 11 Medical Park Drive, Suite 205 in Pomona. Call them at 845-406-9991 or visit their website, hudsonaudiology.com.
I'm Tina Traster, editor and publisher of the Rockland County Business Journal. The need for local journalism is critical. rcbizjournal.com is a 24/7 digital news source covering local news stories about the economy, retail, real estate, local entrepreneurs, and more. Sign up for our professional business directory. Check out our commercial real estate listing. We deliver in-depth analysis every Monday at 9:15 with Jeff and Will on the morning show. And visit rcbizjournal.com to receive our free daily newsletter.
Howdy folks, this is Redneck, host of the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show, inviting you to join me every Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. and worldwide online at WRCR.com. We'll be chatting with some of the finest independent artists right here in the Hudson Valley and from around the world. Don't forget folks, hug your friends, kiss your family, thank the Lord, and y'all keep listening to the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show right here on WRCR 1700 a.m. Radio Unscripted.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Problem's going to be in Ulster County, Saugerties. Try to avoid 9W northbound by Belvedere Lane. An accident here with injuries. This could be a while. Sounds like a bad crash, so try to avoid it in both directions. Hutchison Lane northbound, pretty typical from exit 4B to the Cross County, then 6 minutes extra North Avenue to Mamaroneck Avenue, and we've got delays on 287 westbound, exit 8 to 4. We're sponsored by Al-Anon Family Groups, finding hope in an overwhelming situation. Alcoholism can affect any family. Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimeyer.
Weather. For tonight, a 30% chance of showers before 11 p.m., otherwise mostly cloudy with the low around 32 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 47 degrees. For Wednesday night, a 20% chance of showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low around 34. For Thursday, mostly sunny with the temperature falling to around 33 by 5 p.m. It'll be gusty with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. For Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 37. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 42. And for Sunday, rain and snow showers likely, otherwise cloudy with a high near 52. The chance of precipitation 60%. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 43.
All righty, we are back, 845-429-1700. So, sad news. Friday night, a police officer in California was shot and killed while conducting a traffic stop. And this is what I told you. It must have been 3 weeks ago. I was driving. On the other side of the road, a state trooper was pulling over someone, pulled over somebody, and was walking like just up to the car. I had said that I would be walking up to the car with like my gun loaded, ready to go, like in my hand, just ready to shoot. At least have it drawn, maybe not pointing towards the driver, but I would have it in my hand. I'm sure that's against policy. But why would it be against policy when a 30-year-old police officer, 5-year veteran of the force, is shot and killed, no absolute chance to defend himself whatsoever? Walks up to the car, guy, boom, opens the door, just starts shooting him. I mean, it should be reversed. Police officers should stay in their car, and they should be on like a microphone. Please exit the car. Have your license and registration in hand. Exit the car with your hands in the air. Now, obviously, if someone's deaf like my mom, that poses a problem. What would they do then to solve that problem? I don't know. But this is horror. This is horrible. And you know this isn't going to be the last one. I mean, I'm just trying to say for the stops when the officers, you're walking, you could be walking to your death, taking 20 steps to your death. Who knows that there's not 3 guys with semi-automatic Uzis ready to blow you away? Our prayers go out to the police department, the community over there in Salinas, California. Obviously, this officer, Jorge David Alvarado, we pray for his eternal peace, his family left behind. But just another instance of an officer being gunned down, and I got to tell you, it's horrible. I was behind a police car today, and it said police officers wanted. I never saw that on the back of the car. Police officers wanted. It's like a sticker. Police officers wanted. I'm sure, like every other industry out there, officers leaving in droves, rethinking their careers. I did a cop the other day. He just bought a house here in Congress. Moved from the city because he said it's horrible down there. Even as a cop with a gun, I fear for my life, my family's life. He moved him up to the Congress. And it's funny. He goes, "Oh, my buddy's outside." His buddy, I knew this guy from Congress, and he goes, "Oh, my buddy, small world, blah blah blah." But yeah, no, it's horrible. There has to be something done. All cop killers need to be flattened by a steamroller. I mean, forget about life in prison. They should be beat down, shot, something. I just, there's no respect for the police officer at this day and age. Absolutely no respect. They're not. It's not even no respect no more. They're hated. They're vilified for wearing that uniform. So, our prayers go to all the police officers, nationwide, worldwide, who every day take their lives into their hand, not just by doing their job, but just by wearing the uniform. Just by checking into their job, they run the risk of being assassinated because they want to defend and protect us. Very sad. I hate seeing this stuff. Not even a fighting chance. Not even like he had a chance to fend this off. Just cold-blooded. Very, very sad. All right, so 10 minutes left. We'll wind down. Let's take us back to the happy side. Tomorrow morning, there's a great lady doing great things. 9:15. She kicks off her show. Roxanne Watson. Roxanne. To talk about organ donation. I was just reading Gumbo Yaya Redneck's post. Comment here. No officer should be sent out alone. They really shouldn't. I mean, that's in itself is ridiculous. But I guess underfunded, undermanned. But at minimum, 2 in a car. Absolutely. I agree. That should be given. That should be an absolute given. Tomorrow morning, Roxanne, if you haven't heard her show, it's a really, really heartwarming show. There is death discussed because in order for someone usually to give an organ, they must pass. Now, that's not the case all the time. You can't give your heart and live. You could give a kidney. I guess you could give an eyeball if you wanted to. Something like there's things you could probably give and live. But most scenarios are someone passing and the sadness that comes along with that, the loss, the agony, but then the silver lining. The person who's gifted life from someone's gesture of kindness on their way out, not knowing when, but knowing that if their time were to come, they would be leaving behind a gift for somebody to benefit from for life. And that's the beauty of Roxanne's show. And I mean, she does so much more. I mean, just a great program. Michael's Gifts. Tune in. Call in. I mean, she takes calls. A lot of times she has guests on, like different show than mine. I like to hear myself talk, so I don't really give opportune time for a lot of people to call in. But she if not interviewing someone, she loves to hear from people. And you can catch her at different places doing different things. Whether it's at like this past month, February, I mean, she spent every weekend at the mall. Donating her time, energy, her pizzazz. And Roxanne's a very charismatic lady. Live on the radio and on Facebook, Dear Roxy. I mean, you got to check her posts out. But Wednesdays, 9:15, another great show. Like I said today, Pastor Rich, he was laying down the law. Freedom all across the board. He wants freedom everywhere. Thursday, I don't know what we got Thursday. What do we got to look forward to on Thursday? Like, there's no staple show Thursday morning. I know now Fridays, we got the men and women who, I was thinking about this also today. When I was in thought, I was thinking about this also. The men and women who volunteer as firefighters, they need a lot more from their local politicians. Their local politicians need to push more for tax deduction, housing, and they always pawn it off on someone else. But some of these local politicians really got to step up and do more for our volunteers. Absolutely. The show on Friday, Who Wants to Be a Volunteer, highlights the need for volunteers, not just in the fire department, the EMT services, talks about issues pertaining to the men and women who are out there fighting these fires, going into illegal housing. It's just, the show's a great show. And then the debut. Buckle up, get ready, boys and girls. If you haven't heard Redneck, you haven't heard a man who's passionate about what he does. They say if you're passionate about what you do, you don't work a day in your life, right? If you love what you do. Redneck, he's checking in 11 to 2, 3 hours of passion. This guy cares about country music, exposing not necessarily the next big star. I mean, that would be great, obviously, to have, producer rights to a big hit. But Redneck is giving opportunity for singers who may not otherwise have that opportunity. And again, those who have reached the pinnacle of stardom will also be on the Gumbo Yaya radio show. You're going to get an eclectic mix of that fine country music. I'm sure, he wouldn't just call it country. I mean, it's something else to it, like that Nashville kick, whatever. Whatever it is, and it's Fridays from 11 to 2. So another great program to look forward to. And then talk about music on Fridays. I mean, is there anybody out there who doesn't look forward to the Doo-Wop Dream Machine? 6 to 8. I don't know what happened. Is Brian Avenue Bob okay? I sent him several text messages today that I'm at Chick-fil-A. I told him I would bring it to him when I'm there, and today was the day. He didn't get back to me. I know he's a busy man producing that show. You hear the quality of that show. He's busy during the week producing it. But Friday, 6 to 8, the Doo-Wop Dream Machine, 7 o'clock taking your calls. Him and Wilson Avenue Jeff, taking you down memory lane. And we spoke before of Saturday, the Emmy Award winner himself, Lou Young. Tough times with Lou Young. He's the Batman, his Robin, Kevin Thomas. I'm sure it's a very informative and I mean it definitely gets you thinking. It may trigger you. I mean, Lou has his opinions, very strong opinions and beliefs. And if yours are not in line, like I don't believe Gracie's are, then you may obviously have a difference of opinion, which I'm sure will drive you more to tune in. Because you're going to want to hear what this guy's going to say. So in your mind, you can combat everything he's saying. Hey, that's part of radio. You don't have to agree with what the person says all the time. And that's why Lou Young knows how to deliver a show. Press buttons as well as educate and inform. Okay? So that's just some of the shows. Obviously, we have your shows that drop in here and there. I can't wait till the next house calls. This is a show, a must listen to. Sleep. I slept. I've been sleeping great. I have not slept better since I've been downstairs. It's pitch black. I hear nothing. It's pitch black. And I'm telling you, I've slept great, but I'm still taking my NyQuil Z's, my Advil PMs. I need to get something healthier. I know what's that stuff called, melatonin. I need something stronger than melatonin. I would need 14 bottles of melatonin. All right, so I can't wait to the second Thursday of the month, which is next Thursday, boys and girls. That's house calls. I'm just going over, rehashing some of the great shows here on WRCR. And if you would like to add to that mix of great programming, reach out to Kerry at KERRY at WRCR.com and talk to her about, hey, I'm a contractor. I'd like to do a show. Contractor show would go over great. I believe so. Hey, I'm a musician. I want to play some rock music, or I want to play some punk music. Great. Hey, I want to ride on the coattails of Redneck and the Gumbo Yaya show. I'd like to do a country show myself. Expand to the country listening audience. Perfect. Maybe a cooking show. You have what it takes to do a cooking show on the radio? That'd be something cool. I mean, you'd be like Marcello. So as we go into the spring, as everybody looks forward to a new day, a maskless day. Tomorrow I am coming without the mask. Today was my sayonara to the mask. I now have scalp savers and chin guards for sale. So, great programming already here. Great programming coming Friday, the Gumbo Yaya Radio Show, and hopefully in the near future, some even more fantastic programming. This is Clem wishing you all a fantastic evening. God willing, I shall be here tomorrow at 3. You have a fantastic night. All the love, and adios, Clemigos.